Hard to find that peace of mind when you've lost your mind, drinking yourself dead, laying in the hospital bed. Now when nothing left said, this casualty became so easily predicted. When the case is all self-inflicted, signs was all there, but you didn't care, no fully self-aware. Too late to mentally repair the boat that sailed. Your self-medicated solution has failed. Every chance is now derailed as I take a breath in while you start forgetting. Brought up as a fucking head case from this dead place with no safety net to catch. Demons ready, set for match. Cut the rope detached from the feelings inside. Only if it was that easy, right? Pushing back just to fight, ignoring everything I write. When these issues reignite, picking part at the pain, reverting back at the same to the person that became so dead inside. I'll take my chances with the tide, go against all the currents you provide. Head first with these waves until there's no trauma left to hide. Yeah, until there's no trauma left inside. Hold it down, feel the pressure. Hold it down, feel the pressure. Yeah, down, feel the pressure. Hold it down, feel the pressure. Yeah, hold it down, feel the pressure. Hold it down, feel the pressure. Yeah, hold it down, feel the pressure. Hold it down, feel the pressure, yeah.
Trying to fit into society's like a gimmick, acidic. Are we or in it, get finished. The limit's always the given. So listen as we submit into all the different conditions, forcing on by the wisdom of being taught to us victims. You never justify mistreatment or reason is treason. If you think of leaving it, leading the legion laws of the demon. It's more than we're breathing, and more than a legion is weird. Torn from our reaching, endorse a living, no meaning, I'm meaning. Is this the meaning of life? To see no reason in time, to see the sea from the sky still healing. Is there a sequence inside to seeing it light and keeping all these demons secret straight up inside? I guess we're seeing in time another obstacle. Is it possible profit's the only common goal? Unless you got a hold of control, they take a hold of your soul. You wonder when it happened only moments ago. They try to say that they're better, remember we are the embers of hearts burning at the center. Always through the pressure. They try to say that they're better, remember we are the embers of hearts burning at the center. Always through the pressure.
Hold it down, feel the pressure. Hold it down, feel the pressure. Yeah, down, feel the pressure. Hold it down, feel the pressure. Yeah, hold it down, feel the pressure. Hold it down, feel the pressure. Yeah, hold it down, feel the pressure. Hold it down, feel the pressure, yeah.
Feeling the pressure, everything is so hopeless. There's no healing when you're reeling and not dealing with the stress. Feeling like I'm gonna suffocate, drained like I've been cutting weight. I know I look a fucking state, the future isn't looking great. Struggles are relentless in this rubble, so defenseless. Nothing's worth the trouble, but then giving in is senseless. Every single time I try and plan to begin, I slowly lose my mind and find the chances are slim. I can't seem to fight this existential crisis. I try to keep a tight lip while immediate insight shit. Someday soon we might flip, no matter we united. The spark has been ignited and our rulers are delighted. We try to get ahead and end up riddled with death, like a hamster on a wheel thinking how far can it get. Hard truths to accept with a noose round your neck. In the end the winds they blend, it's one bruise after the next. Left loose and unchecked, all the abuse and neglect. In the end losing your friends is an excuse to get wrecked. Left loose and unchecked, so confused and depressed. In the end you can pretend but you can't choose to forget.
Hold it down, feel the pressure. Hold it down, feel the pressure. Yeah, down, feel the pressure. Hold it down, feel the pressure. Yeah, hold it down, feel the pressure. Hold it down, feel the pressure. Yeah, hold it down, feel the pressure. Hold it down, feel the pressure.
Yo, how we feeling? Back with day 2 of Wise. And today we're going to hopefully, well not hopefully, we should get the shotgun pump out, and then the shells all implemented in the game with the shotgun blast, with the cube game itself, and we get our progress further on with it. So let's get into it. And right, where are we? In game, let's go. So we've got it all set up, ready to go. And the part that we're on is silence. Where is it? There it is. Using silence. I'll drop it over here. So we need to click the pin on the transport to lock the transport to the shotgun shells object. To add silence in between the shell and the shell tail, you're going to create an object that will produce only silence and insert in between the head and tail objects in the sequence containers playlist. Let's do that then. Swing it over there. Right. So what was it? It was click the pin on the transport to the shotgun shells objects. Shotgun shells. Click the Z pin. Then right click shotgun shell sequence object. Choose new child sound effects. Right, so we've pinned it. New child sound effects. There we go. And then name your new object silence. The name is red. Name your new object silence. The name is red because there is no associated source, file, or generator feeding the sound effect object. Wonderful. Make sure I'm spelling it right. Silence. With an E. Silence. There we go. Shotgun shells, tail, sweet. Let's bring that back over here so you can see as well. Right. Right click, we've done that. Name your object silence, we've done that. The object name appears in red, indicates there is no valid audio source through the object. Up to this point, you've used audio files as the sound source for the sound effect objects, but there are other types of sources that are available, such as the synth one. Synthesizer generates its own sound from scratch. In that case, you're going to choose Wise silence as the sound or lack of sound source. In the silence object container, in the silence object's contents editor, click add source. Right. Oh God. What have I done now? Right. That is not what I want. Here we go. Let's swing that over there. And bring that Wise up again. Copy that, paste and go. Da, 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 da. We've done that. We've got the silence ready to go. Where are we? Excuse me. All right. Silence ready to go, and then it says in the silence object container, edit that. We need to add a source. Right. Silence editor, is it that one? Load presets, right. Add a source. Yeah, okay. I didn't want to add sound seed though. Delete. Add source. And what source did they want? Add a source, and then we want to a list of truths, and we want Wise silence. Wonderful. Wwise silence. A new Wwise silence audio source object appears in the contents editor, and the silence sounds effects object in the Project Explorer is no longer red because it now has a valid source. When choosing a new child object, you will see various sound source options, including a Wwise silence listed below the Wwise object type. Selecting one of these sound sources objects will create the necessary sound effects, SFX objects to assign to the source in a single step. Wwise silence provides a parameter for duration. By default, is set to 1 second. Change the direction to 1 to 0.25 seconds. 0.2 seconds, right. We'll change that to 2.5. 2.5, we've done that. You now need to add the silence object to the sequence container so it occurs between the shotgun shell head and shotgun shell's tail objects in the playlist. New objects can be added with the playlist of the container objects, so add silence after the shotgun shell's head. You need to drag the silence object anywhere in the lines between 2 and 9. Right. Two and 9, drag that there. Silence. That's that. Right. Silence there, and then you can drag it there. Oh, I don't want you there. Can you there? Thanks. There. Believe that's right. There, right. Tail. You now see that the silence object is situated between the shell head and tail random containers. The amount of silence can be adjusted by changing the duration and properties of the silence sound source. Now you need to connect the entire shell sequence to the fire shotgun player event in order to hear how it all sounds together. In the event viewer, select fire shotgun player event. Select that. Now before we do that, let's go back to shells. Silence there. And in between, yeah. So look back up in between, yeah. Now we need the fire shotgun player. And then we've got the drag the shells, and we drag the shells. Let's go there. Let's have a look. Let's bring that up. You now see the silent object situated in between the shell head and the tail random containers. Yeah, we've done that. We've done that. Let's scroll down. Yeah, so it's fire underscore there. Let's have a look. Drag the shotgun shell sequence to the fire editor. Yeah, so we drag it across. Shells, there you go. Go back over here. Drag the shotgun shell sequence into the fire editor. So we got that. Yeah, let's go in there. So drag the shotgun shells into object fire editor. Fire shotgun player. Just double checking. Fire shotgun player. So we got that there. Click on that. Drag you across. There we go. Yeah, we've done that. And in the configuration, the sound of the shells hitting the ground will be heard before the shotgun pumping sound is heard, which is not possible with the real shotgun. To avoid this, you'll need to delay the shells. So delay the parameter for the newly created action to 1.1 seconds. 1.1. Just going in there, and then the delay to 1.1 on the shotgun shells. Shotgun shells. Let's do 1.1. There we go. When the shells are ejected from the shotgun, they fly in different directions and don't always take the same amount of time before hitting the ground. You can simulate this by randomizing the delay priority. Randomize the delay time by enabling the randomizer effect by setting the max value to 0.4. Right. 0.4. And where is our randomizer? Oh god, oh, there we are. Oh. Randomizer. I've just lost where I was. When shells are ejected from shotgun, randomizer delay by enabling the randomizer. So I think it is that. Yep. And there's the randomizer. Let's enable that. And it was 0.4 seconds on the max. Let's put 0.4. There we go. Randomize the delay. Yeah, we've got that. It's 0.4. Remember, the values here are offsets to original values. So in case it could take up to 1.5 seconds, but no less than 1.1 seconds before shell hits the ground. However, since you have no minimum offset, no shell will hit the ground in less than 0.7 seconds from the trigger it is pulled. Earlier, you pinned the transport to the shotgun shell sequence container. You will have to first unpin in order to focus transport in the fire shotgun player event so that the entire collection of shotgun related sounds. Unpin the transport control in the event viewer, choose the fire shotgun player event and play it to addition the shotgun sequence. Let's give it a go. Right, so we've got the randomizer on there, 0.4. We need to unpin it. Click on there. Hey, and there it is. Hang on, give me one moment. I'm going to check back the sound of the stream if that is too loud, because it was last time. Give me one moment. Right, let's turn some of these volumes down a touch. It's a bit better. Bring it down to touch. And bring that down to touch. So what is ours? Mine at 8, minus 8. Shotgun shells. Why not? Just touch. There we go. Right. And then click back on there. Now we should have all of it together. Nice, that's playing in a sequence. Back over here. Right, so we've done that. Let's move on. Right, now verifying the work. In the main menu bar, choose Views, Capture Log in the toolbar. Click Start Capture and press Play on the fire shotgun event. One time, then stop the capture. Right. views. Go to views, capture log. And press play on the Fire Shotgun player. That's great. In the toolbar, click Start. Right, why aren't you working on there? In the main menu bar, choose Views Capture Log. In the toolbar, click Start Capture. In the toolbar, click Start Capture. Bring it down a bit, yes. Right, the toolbar. Click the capture log, and then in the main menu, choose Layout Sound Banks and click Generate All. All information is displayed. Capture and press play on the fire event one time. Right. Why aren't you working? Right, so views. That's not what I want. Views. That's not what I want. Right. Capture log. Interesting. Let's connect. Right. Launch Cube and play the game. Listen to your sound design. Close the capture log in the main menu bar. Loads, layouts, generate all. Why ain't that working? All right. Why ain't you working? The capture log. Open the capture log. Saves the capture log. Let's close that. Maybe it's because I haven't got the Wwise game run cube. Allow. Right, grab that. Back there. And here's my Mac. Let's connect that together. There you go. Right. Let's disconnect it. Why aren't you bringing up the capture log? Verify your work. Now you need to build a code base around your sound design. Let's go back. Let's go back. Unpinned, yeah, we've unpinned that. We've unpinned it. Right click. Shells, we've done all of that. Silence. The object name appears. Let's click on there. Play. Right, it all works. done all that. Done that. That's in there. Shotgun player event. Fire shotgun player and event viewer. Clicked on drag into the fire event editor, which is in. We've done all that. Fire shotgun player event in the transpose. Done that. Layouts, capture log, and there we go. Not available. It's not available. What? Why is the child not available? Select the child not available. What was that? Shotgun shells. That's interesting. Go back, layouts. File, where are we? View. Capture log. Select media not available. Child not available. Shotgun shells. Even though it's there. Yep, everything's fine. Right, let's get to the other part. So we've got the log working, so now we verified the work, and now we need to close the main menu bar, layouts, soundbanks, layouts, soundbank, and then generate all on it. And click generate all. There we go, everything's complete. Two messages, 0 warning, 0 errors. Yeah, we're good on there. Close. And then launch Cube and play the game and listen to it. Right, let's grab the U. Let's connect. Right. What was it? It was Command and Shift. Nope, not quite. Let's. There we go. Right, we found our problem. Right. Why aren't you working out? Right, let's generate all again. Close, everything's working on the air. Generate selected. Close. Let's connect. Let's open up the cube game. Run cube. Allow. Refresh. Mac. Connect. Why ain't you working? Right. Why ain't you working? but then you're working there. Da 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 da. Shock and blast pump, shells. Then we've got the end of pre-recorded errors. Events not found. Oh, why aren't you working? What have I done wrong? Right, right. Ba-da-ba-ba. That's mental. Right, let's go back. Let's go back. Right. I'm going to delete the silence. Oh, not that, but let's delete that. Let's delete. Yeah, let's get rid of it. View. You're not learning if you're not coming into problems. Right. Yeah, we got that. That's fine. We got that. That's fine. That's working there. Yep, that's fine. Yep, that's fine. Got that all through. We got that all through. Yeah, that's fine. Right. Right. In the transport, right. Silence, factory, right. Click the pin in the transport section to shock and shells object. Right. We're in shock and shells. I've clicked on there. We're going to click pin. Oh, let me unpin for the minute. Let me just double click. There we go. So we're on there. Shock and shells. Right. So we're on shock and shells. Yep. So we're going to put a pin in it. And then to add silence between the shell and the head and shell tail, you're going to create an automatic silence. Right click shock and shell sequence and add new child sound effect. Right. Which we've done. So shock and shells, new child, wise silence. Right. Name your object silence. Let's call it silence. Silence. Here we go, name it silence. Da 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 da. Right. Name your object silence. The name is red because there's no source of file generating sound effect. The object name appears in red, indicates there is no valid audio source to play through the object. Update to this. Up to this point, you've used audio files, sound source, objective types of source that are available, such as synth one that generates its own sound from scratch. In case you're going to choose white silence, yep. In the silence objects container editor, click add source, which we were doing. Right. Just close that, so we're in silence, which is there. But what we'll do is I'll delete that. Yeah, let me just delete that. So we're in this. Let's go up. SFX. Yes, so you want to add Wwise silence. Right, we've got that going. Choose while silence. Right. Come on, show me the. And then we want to change the duration. Yeah, let's wait for it to load up first, though. Right, so we've done that. A list of available sources. You want to choose silence, which we've done. Why silence provides parameter by default. You want to change that to 0 to 5. So the duration is going to be 0 to 0.25. Oop. 0.25. There we go. And then drag the silence object anywhere on lines 2 to 9 on the playlist. Excuse me. We haven't got 2 to 9, but we can, like, as long as it's in between the stuff. Right. Content editor. Right, hang on, let me go up. Right, so we've done that. You now need to add the silence object to the sequence container so that it occurs between the shock and tail, shock and tails objects in the playlist. Right. Shock and shells container. There it is. There's the silence, and then drop it there, which is done. Right, so we've done that part. You now see the silence object situated in between the shell head, tail, and random container. Yes. The amount of silence can be adjusted. Now you need to connect the entire shell sequence to the fire, shock, and player in order to hear all the sounds together. In the event viewer, select fire, shock, and player event. Right. In the event viewer, which we've done, we've selected that. Drag the shock and shell sequence object into the fire, shock, and player event. Right. So if I can just delete, let's delete that from there. We're dragging that in there. Right, we've done that. Set the delay parameter for the newly created action to 1.1 seconds. Shock and shells. Delay to 1.1. 1.1. Right, we've done that. When the shells are ejected from the shotgun, they will fly in different directions and don't always take the same amount of time before hitting the ground. You can simulate this by randomizing the delay property. Which is in there. Yeah, we're still in there. And we click on that. There's the randomizer. Then we want to enable it and then offset to 0.4. There's 0.4. Right, there's the offset. Remember the values here are offset to the original value. So in this case, it could take up to 1.5 seconds. Yep. Unpin the transport control. And in the viewer, choose the fire shotgun. Unpin the control. Right. So what? Select that. Shotgun player. Right. Still on. Player event. Player event. Ugh. Alright, now this is where I'm confused. Right. Unpin the transport control and in the event viewer choose right. Right. Right, let's unpin and then choose that. Event and play the addition to complete the shotgun sequence. Which is done. So I've done that, I've unpinned it with there. Clicked on it and then right. Views. View with the log. Cut the log, and we still got problems here. Why have we got problems? Event ID not found. Failed posting map loaded. Oh. Interesting. Oh, don't tell me I got 2 cubes. I got 2 cubes. Right. Quit. And then quit that one. Quit that there. Quit that there. So the shells are quite loud. Let's put the volume down a touch. Nice. I bet it's going to tell me his errors again. New notification. No ID found. Event ID not found. Event ID not found. Failed posting events. Map loaded. Where's the clear filter? Okay. Play and end. So it works. Right. Let's run the cube. Allow. Bring that down. Down. Yep, just connect there. Like you should hear the, yeah. Right, if I go on, not quit, but if I can get out there we go. And then do that. Yes, we've done that all right. So next, verifying your work. Yes, done that. And then we need to close the capture log. Then in the main menu, choose layout, soundbanks, generate all. Layouts, soundbank. I'd rather generate selected. Yes. Close. Launch cube and play the game. What's a bit hasn't worked, so let's grab that. Yes, connect. Why isn't that working? Right. Why isn't that working? What have I done wrong? That's not good. Right. Let's get the log. Boo. Capture log. Selected child not available. Shotgun shells. Why ain't you available? Selected media not available. Shotgun pump. Shotgun shells. What is going on? Delay started later, right? Oh, God. We might have to... Right. Let's get off that. If I can generate all. Executed. Yes, up to. Close. Connect. So why is the blast working but nothing else? Let's quit. Why ain't you working? The shotgun blast is... Have I done something wrong? I feel like I have. Nope. Right, let's go back. We might have to delete and go again, I think. Because I don't know why that's not working. Why are you not working? Right. Right, why aren't you working? Done. Right. Don't understand. Right. Don't understand. Right, that's not working. Active mixer hierarchy. Because it's working here, which is wild. Right, where is it? Where is it? Capture log. Event ID not found. Select no, not available. Make sure the shock and pump. Make sure stretch it more. Make sure what? What is happening with this shock and pump? Right. Selecting no, not available. Make sure. Selecting no shock. So the shock and pump. And then we got the shock and fucking shell. Selected child not available. Think we might have to start again. Yeah. God. Right, see, and then, right, event triggered. Played. So, shells. What? Select child not available. Do you mean not available? Layout sound bank. Trial mode someone contain 11 items out of 200 Mac. One message, your warning. Generate. Yep. Generate selected. Right. Right. It's not going to work again. I know it's not. Where are we? Run cube. Allow. Fresh. Connect. Oh, why ain't you working? Oh, we're gonna have to start again. Log, yeah. Failed posting event. Right. We're gonna have to start again. Right, Wise, quit Wise. I do not want to save. Oh, I'd rather restart now and play about with it. It's a shame, but it is what it is. We are learning, so we are gonna get some bumps in the road. Right, Wise. To what I will do if I just put that in a bin. Cube, Sunbank, Smack. What was that? It's today at 14:38. Let's just put this in the bin as well. I don't know why that's this. We move to trash. Right. Unzip this. Bang. Thank God we've got these lessons. Right. Wise Project Lesson 2. Where is it? November 2nd. There we go. At least we're not going to be too far back. Tell you what. Oh, I didn't mean to click that. Oh, come on. There we go. Is opening up. Right, so we did that. We got the shotgun blast. Right. Let's bring that down, way down. Right. Right, give me one moment. I'm gonna go for a quick bathroom break. But we're gonna start back on lesson 2, unfortunately for me. Right. I'm gonna get myself a back. Right. I'll show you what I'm doing. Just on the Audio Technica page. Let's go back. Applying multiple. There we go. So lesson 2. There we go. Let's go back there. Lesson 2. Next. For the lesson, yeah, we got that. We're gonna go slow this time. I don't know what I did, what I've done. Import audio files, add audio files. Let's see. Then we got that. Pump. Let's go next. You just have a little scroll through for a minute. So the properties. You got the pump. Right. We can fly through a section anyway. Yeah. That. Delay, yeah. Let's keep pushing through for a minute. I just want to have a quick little flyby. Yep, so got that, which we've been through. Yep. Yeah. New child can't be, yeah. So, like, I'm looking through it and it's like I don't know what I've done wrong. Yeah, oh, we'll get through this part. Like, we will finish lesson 2 today, no matter what. Lesson 2 is getting done today. If we can do a lesson by lesson. Right, let me just set this up. Right, this is where we're going to start from by here. I don't know what I've messed up on but there, but, you know, it is what it is. Default work unit. And then Mac. Then English. And then we'll go on generate all. 2 messages, close, shock and blast, view log. Right, so we've got the shock and blast in there. Do that. Do that. Samples, Wwise, run cube, allow. Where are we? Refresh, Mac, connect. Is that there? Tell me when I come here. Right, so we've got the blast. Oop, wherever that was. Right. Blast is working. Event ID not found. So why is event ID not found then? Right. One redirect, yeah. Event ID not found. Post event was called, but the sound engine could not find the specific event. The event user would be reported on the same line. Probable causes: a bank was not loaded or didn't load properly. Banks are out of date. Type the event name. Typo in the event name. Typo in the event ID. Recommends resolution steps. Make sure the name or ID correct written game code. Sure the event is in a bank and that the bank is loaded. Make sure the banks are up to date. Right, that seemed to be fine for me, I think. Right. Default root unit. Event ID is there. Oh, that's right. Let's do it. Time. There you go. Sweet. That's fine. Right. So we've got that working fine. Let's try again. Back here. Right, let's have a look. Views. Yes, right. God knows what happened there. We can disconnect. Whew, there we go. So we've sorted whatever was going wrong then. Do that quick. Just one more time. Cat log. Yes, we're fine. I want to connect. Connect. And then go around here. Back on cube. Boo. Cat log. Right. Awesome. I don't know if there was something going on because Mac, if a fucking Mac issue, who knows? But we're going to start fresh. I'm going to have a quick break and we're going to come back into it. And hopefully there's no more roadblocks ahead. So yeah, I'll be back in like 5 to 10 minutes. And then we can finish lesson 2 definitely today. Let's go. Yo, and we're back. Right, feel a bit more refreshed. I'm glad we finally got, you know, it's finally found the ID of my Mac. Fucking Macs. But anyway, we are going to get back into it. We are getting lesson 2 done today. Let's crack on back in. We're gonna go through it like a fine-tooth comb now. So we got the shotgun blast working. Let's bring up that. Right. Which is quite weird because if you think about it, everything was named correctly. I even linked it to my Mac, but then for some reason it just wasn't having any of it. Right, lesson 2. Done that. Select lesson 2 in a blast object. Yes. Default work unit. In blue in blue instead of white. The main menu. Project. Import audio. What we importing? Right. The shotgun pump. All right. Let's. Baby steps in them. Right. Select lesson 2. In the actor mixer hierarchy, expand default work unit to reveal the shotgun blast. Which I have done. Yep. Which I have done. Actor hierarchy, select the default work unit. The main menu, choose project, import audio. Right. So we select the default work unit. We've selected that. And then we need to go project, import audio. Project. Import audio files. Add files. And it's downloads. That. Let's go back for a minute. Do that. Lesson 2. And then the audio file. And then we got the shotgun pump. Yep. And then click open. There we go. Scroll down. If I'm on a window display camera, you will also see pull down menu indicating that it imported from the audio. Yep. That looks the same. So we're going to import. There we go. Click the shotgun pump sound effect. Object to view the sound property. Right. Let's just click off there. Just gonna have a little bit more of a look by default. There we got the shotgun pump. Designer. I got a feeling I'm in the wrong window. Yep, that's fine. And you got that. You got that there. Contents editor, yeah, and then we've got that there. So you've got the blast there. And then click on the shotgun pump specs property editor with the parameters for the created object. In the contents editor, which is by here, and the sound property editor. So they need to be moved around. Drop that down. Drop that down. There you go. Property edit file is shown that it feeds the shock and pump sound effect. Yep, we see it there. To listen to your newly imported audio file, make sure that the shock and pump sound effects object is located in the Project Explorer, then click play. Project Explorer. Shock and pump, yeah, we got it there. There you go. Views. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Designer, there we go. You hear a single mechanic click of the shotgun. Yep. Click next on there. Using sound from multiple applications, right. Right click the shotgun pump and then click copy. Alright, right click, copy. Within the action mixer hierarchy, right click the default work unit and choose paste. Within the action hierarchy, right click the default work unit, action mixer hierarchy, and then the default work unit, right click, and then click paste. There you go. We've done that correctly. Wwise creates a duplicate of the sound object but adds in a 01, which is done. Extension. One of these shock and pumps objects will serve to create the pump sound while the other will pump out, so it's best name them such. Click the shock and pump object. Click the shock and pump object, pause and click again to rename it. Pause, then click again. There we go. And then a shotgun underscore IN. F2, right. And then press return. There you go. Rename shotgun 0.1 to shotgun out. The shotgun pump out object is not selected, so you can prefer to preference. The shotgun pump object is now selected, so you can see that this object that you copied is referencing the same shotgun pump file, right? So go there, click it again, and then shotgun pump underscore out, and then return it in. There we go. Right. There you go, and still referencing the pump as well, which you want. Yep, still being referenced. Clicking marker 4, yep. So we've done that right. Go next. With the both of the shotgun pump objects indicated, they are referencing the file of the same name. This does not mean that the shotgun pump audio file was duplicated. It means that the same audio file is firing. Yep. Verify that the shotgun pump object out is selected, and if not, select it. The Explorer editor. We select pump out. Yes, pump out. Yep, everything's fine there. Right. Click and hold the slider. Click and hold the slider, the point below the current pitch value. Yeah, we don't want it. It was 200 and 200. We want the pitch to. Right. So we're there. Let me just drop that down. Change the pitch to 200. There you go. Make sure we are on the out. Click the pitch properties, current time to 200 and press return, which I've done. Let's go next. Right. At least be quicker than last time. Make sure the shock and pump object is selected. Right. It's playing slightly higher pitch, so I don't know yet. make sure the shock and pump out effects object is still selected. Then in the contents editor, double click the audio source icon for shock and pump. Right. We've got that selected, and then we've got to click on there, which brings up that. Yep. The source editor, yeah. Drag the trim to start and move forward. Change the start position that occurs so when the audio file is played. Pump out. Out. Hear the difference. Play shock and pump out object. Hear the difference. Right. So we gotta drag that up. Yep, we can hear the difference on that. Play the shock and pump out object to hear the difference, then close the source editor window. Yep, hear the difference of that. Close. Let's go on next. And then next again. Right. Right. In the event viewer, select the fire shotgun player. Fire shotgun player. There we go. There's the shotgun blast. You can see in the event player that the shotgun blast action you configured in the last session, there is no particular limit to how many actions can be carried out for a single event. So you will simply add the shotgun pump object into the event editor's action pane. This time, however, instead of first creating a play action, then adding it to the object to be played, you'll simply drag the object from the project explorer into the action pane. To do this, you need to select both of the shock and pump objects. I think that's what I did wrong. Right. Right. So you need to select both of them and then drag them in. And that as well. Grab that for a minute. Last. Right, hang on. Let's click off there. Let me just click on there. Click that. Stop doing that. That. And that. Then we drag there. Right. Yep, we've done that. These objects are now added to the event editor below the shock and blast. While these actions are displayed as a list, it's important to know that these actions are not carried out sequentially one after the other, but instead happen to simultaneously unless you make some additional changes. Play the fire, player event. Play the fire, shock and player event. Notice that the blast and the pump sound at the same time. Yep. I hear the both. Right, play that same. Not use specific sounds in the event editor. Fire, shock and player event editor, which is there. Choose the shock and pump in. Go there. That needs to go there. Blast needs to go there. Oh, here we go. Right, shock and blast. We got pump in, pump out. Right. Click shock and pump in. Right, we've got that. Let's bring that in a bit. Let's drag that there. There we go. There are various properties associated with different types of actions. You must choose to display the properties using that. In the upper right corner of the event editor, click the disclosure panel. Got that. I think it means that. So we got that, and then you click in that, which brings that. Excuse me. Yep, and then you go that, and then on the description, I clicked the delay property, which is there. Click the delay parameter for the shock and pump in to 0.4. Right, pump in 0. Let's just do it properly. 0.4. There you go. You need to do the same for the pump out sound. You need to do the same for the pump out sound, but with more delay. It would be helpful to see the delay parameter of all actions simultaneously in order to more easily understand the order in which to play. You can add properties columns to the action list on the left. You can add property columns. You can add property columns to the action list on the left editor pane. On the left editor pane. Right click any of the column headers and choose configure configuration. Configure columns. Let's go and cancel for a minute. Can I do a U? I don't do a U. Configure columns. Cancel. Configure columns. Right, we got that there. We'll unselect, then select it. Okay. We've done that, okay. You now see delay properly displayed of all the actors. Do we know? You now see the delay properly displayed of all the actors, right. Just there, I think. Let's go scroll up for a minute. Yeah, I see it. See the columns. Right. Change the shock and pump out delay value to 0.7. Let's do 0.7. There you go. Event with delay with the property displayed as a column. This will not necessarily be displayed in chronicle order. Click the delay column header to sort in either ascending or descending order. I can test the test sequence. Right. Play the fire shock and event. Yep, that's working. Next, using a randomization. We're getting that. In this lesson, within your operating system, navigate to the audio files and drag the shock and shells folder into the actor, mixer, hierarchy, default work unit, which I did. Right. Shock and shells. Let's go back. There's the audio files. There's that. Right. Default work unit. And then drop it in the actor mixer hierarchy, and then drop it into the default work unit. And then you want to change that. Actually, before I do any of this, right, project, actually cancel for a minute. Let me drop off that. I'm going to save. Because we did this last time and everything froze. So here we go. There. So we got shock and shells. I'm literally hovering over it. And you want to turn that into a random container. Files import automatically opens. Virtual folder, shells. Let's double check here. 8. Here we go. 8. Sound FX. That's all right. That's all right. And a random container, yeah. And then click import, and this is where it doesn't do it. And I don't know why, like when I delete some of them, it works. And I don't understand by why it does this part. Yeah, we changed that to a random container. Wwise, we're gonna have to jump back in. Just wonder if it's a bit of a pain with Mac, if that's the problem. But we will figure it out now. Yeah, it just freezes it. Right, force quit. Luckily we saved it, so we will... It's not even on it. God. Oh, fun. Right, force quit. It's not even there. Right. Quit that. Quit. Everything's frozen. Right, force quit. Force quit. Yep, force quit. And it was that Wwise launcher. Force quit that. Let's get rid of that. Let's quit the cube. Quit. So what worked before, like if I got rid of 4 of them, keep that like that, do that. Alright, Wwise, projects, Wwise, launch Wwise. I think it was that one, so we'll do that one. Please tell me it's you, please. Nice. Right. Just do that. Oh, that's to make it bigger. Right. Bring that down. Actually, bring that back up because we'll open up cube as well. Samples, Wwise, run that, allow, and do that down. Right. And there's that folder. And then you need to grab that. And then put it there. Right. So we've done that. Now we change that to a random container. Virtual folder, random container. 4 shells. Import. See, and then that worked instantly. Instantly that worked. And I don't know why it won't work with the 4 other ones. Which is weird. Right, so we've done that. Shotgun shells on top. Expand the shotgun shells container. Expand it. I wonder, hang on, give me one moment, if we can then do this. If I grab that, 2, 3, 4. Let me close that. That. Let's open there. And I need 5, 6, 7, 8, 5. 5, 6, 7, 8. So we got that, and then what I'm going to do import. Oh, where have they gone? Edit. Fuck. Undo. Let's go. That. Grab me that. Sound effect. Import that. Import. I have to do it one by one. And 5, 6. Okay, yeah, that's fine. 5, 6. Sound effect, shell, yep. Import. Ready. Body file is this. Replace. Import. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Import. Yep. Replace. 6, 7, and then the last one 8. Shell. Yep. Import. Already exists. Yep. Replace. Weird. Right. Close that. So now we've got the full 8 sounds in there, and all of them are blue. You can see that all the shotgun shell records are being imported as F6. They are contained within the shotgun shell run. We're going to select the shotgun shell's random container, play the object multiple times. Right. Select. Let me go on designer. So we got that selected. Right. Shotgun shells. Yep, we played that multiple times. There you go. We played a bunch of times. You will learn about plot. Yep. Deselect the platform inclusion exclusion checkboxes for the last 4 shells. Right. Deselect, 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 deselect. There you go. We've done that. Next. Right, in the shotgun shells property editor, I can see shotgun shell sequence property editor. Yeah. Confirm that the avoid repeating last check, which is there, and then you want to change that to 2. Right, we'll do that and then click it. Nice. And now it's impossible to hear the same sound. There you go. We've done that. You may have noticed that a shuffle randomization on it. Click the help in the right corner. I'm alright. And let's put that to shuffle. Nice. Close it. Let's click next. Right, so we're doing it. Randomize properties in the Shotgun Shells property editor. Right. In the property, in the Shotgun Shell property editor, double click the randomizer icon for pitch property. Right. Click on there. So we're on there. And then we see the pitch property. And then we double click there. There we go. And then click enable. Default value determines whether... there we go. We've got that there as well. The help bar. Right. Not to there. Enter minus 150 and then 150. So minus 150. Minus 150, and then we want 150 for the max. There you go. We've done that. Play the Shotgun Shell multiple times. Notice variation in pitch. Yeah. Right. There. Right, we're on the correct part. Let's look, double check the pitch again. Yep, that's enabled, so. Yep. Play your shotgun multiple times, you get different pitches. Yep. Let's go on next. Granulate your sound. Granulate it. Right click Shotgun Shell's object and choose copy. Right, we're going to go through slow there. So we go there. Copy. And in the actor mixer hierarchy, right click the default unit and choose paste. Right. So we're going to go copy. And then in the defaults work unit, where you drop it in, we'll click paste. There we go. So we go Shotgun Shell 0, 1. I think this is probably the part where I went wrong in the last one. Right. In the actor mixer hierarchy, right click the default work unit and choose paste, which we've done. And then it's brought up a duplicate random container called shell 0_1 created. Expand shells 0_1, and then obviously you probably want to take 1, 2, 3, 4 and then change it to 5, 6, 7, 8. Rename the two Shotgun Shells random container objects, Shotgun Shells head and Shotgun Shells tail respectively. Head and tails, Shotgun Shells head, Shotgun Shells head, down here, tail. Right, you effectively created two random containers. And yep, in the Shotgun Shells head random container, choose the Shotgun Shell concrete 1 object, and then in its contents editor, double click the Shotgun Shell's source icon. Right. Actually, let me just get rid of that. drop that down a touch. At least that's constantly highlighted. Right, concrete 1. And then it was double click. I don't like that. That there. Swap that around. Let's drop that down. And drop that down. Make it a bit better. Yeah, and then double click on it here. So we don't shotgun shells concrete 1 in the heads. Yep. And then scroll down. Like what we did yesterday. So you want that. Actually a bit more. And then maybe to stop a bit of the pop in, we do that. Yep. So what I've done so far, we've done right. Right. Drag the fade around as smooth as play the file repeatedly while making the adjustments. Yep. Repeat these steps to 5. Repeat these steps. Repeat steps 5. All the remaining objects with shotgun shells, head objects. Now use similar operation in the shotgun shell's tail. We're going to expand the shotgun shell's tail, run container. Repeat steps 5 and 7 on all the remaining objects within the shotgun shell's head container. Alright. Yeah, which is pretty straightforward. So that one is done, and then you go double click on there. There's number 2. So you want drag that up. A little bit of that. Yeah, there you go. It's done. And then so that's number 3. Correct. By you. Drag that up. A little bit of a crossfade. Click off there. Number 4. Yep. Bring that over. So it drops. I'll fade there. There's that. Right. Rename. Hang on. So we've renamed it. And then shell's head, random container. Yeah, we've done all that. Drag and then positions. Drag just fades. Repeat steps 5 and 7 on all the remaining objects within shotgun heads container. Now do the similar operation in shotgun shell's tail container. Expand the tail section, which I've done, and then it's the same thing. But you want the tail end of it, so there's shotgun shells 1. Shotgun shells, yep. Click on that. And you want a little bit of a crossfade on there. Number 2, yep. Double click there. Oop, that's the crossfade. Grab that. A little bit of that. Nice. Number 3. A little bit of crossfade. Number 4. Right, that's all done. And yep, creating a sequence. Right. Press and hold the control key and select the shotgun shell's head and shotgun shell's tail random container. Press and hold the control key and select the shotgun shell's head and shotgun shell's tail random container. Right, let's look at this properly. So you want both, yeah? You can press and hold the control key or command and select the shotgun shell's head and shotgun shell's tail random containers. Right. Parent sequence container. Right, so we got that there. Head. There's that. Then right click either of the two selected objects and choose New Parent Sequence Container. Right. Let's click off both. Click that. Click that. New Parent Sequence. New Parent Sequence Container. Right. Rename the newly created object shotgun shells. There you go. It's got that, yep. Hang on, let me just check one thing. Is that there? Yep, that's there. That's fine. Command. Back to Wwise. Yep, we've renamed it. Now you need to define the order of what container objects to play in. You may need a little more room to work, so resize the shotgun shells container editor area. Resize the content editor, show more space. Right. And it was there last time, wasn't it? Right. Ooh, so we got that playlist. No, we're all right. We've got the playlist there. Got that there. We can make this a bit smaller though. Let's drag that down there. That's fine. Yeah, that's better there. Yeah, so you got that. General there. Shotgun shells. Yep, we're good. Right. Drag shotgun shells into the playlist. Shotgun shells head into the playlist. Right, we got that. Drag in. We got them all in there. And then notice that it's not only do you see the shotgun shell's head random container, but you also see the playlist automatically expand to display the sounds that contain within. Now you'll add the shotgun shell's random container at the end of the playlist so that the heads play first, followed by the tail, which we did before. Yeah. There's that. And then we'll drag there. And there we go. There's them both. Can drop that up a bit. That down a touch. Right. There. Still got that highlighted. That's fine. Yep. Double click the shotgun shell sequence container and then play the objects multiple times. Double click shotgun shell sequence container and then play it multiple times. Right. Right. I'm going to play it on here. We'll just do it a bunch of times. Sweet. So I don't know what happened to that. Something wasn't talking Wwise. That was a weird bug we stumbled across. Notice that, yep, but be sure that the shotgun shell sequence object is selected and the continuous radio button. Right. Drop that down a touch. There you go. So we want to change that to continuous. We got shotgun shells in there. And then you want to drop down in the play mode. You want it on to continuous. Continuous. Click the continuous radio button. Yes, we've done that. Play the shotgun shell sequence container multiple times. Right. Let's click off and then double click on. And then there you go. Sweet. But I am thinking of I am gonna pay for the the examination for Wwise, because we got work coming up as well, unfortunately. But it's more money, and plus I'm only working 3 days a week at the moment, so it's all good. And the exam for it's 195 USD, which comes to about £140 in pounds, like, so that's not bad. Using silence, here we go. So where we were at, we are now here. Finally. Right. We're on shotgun. Right. I'm gonna read this. Right, using silence, the head and tail shell sequence does not sound quite right. No. And this is because there is no space or silence between the initial head sound and the tail sound. Had you left the silence either after the head or before the tail sounds when you did your edits earlier, you would have had this problem. You wouldn't have had this problem. However, rather than going back and changing those edits, you'll use a different approach that provides more flexibility. You're going to be creating and working with another object. However, you're going to need to addition how you use this object within the context of the overall shotgun shell sequencer container. To ensure that the transport control stays connected to the shotgun shells object, you will use the transport control pin feature. This effectively locks transport to the current selected object. Right, shotgun shells pin, yeah. Click the pin transport to lock the transport to the shotgun shells object. Right, we're on shotgun shells, and then we're gonna lock it in. Right. To add silence between the shell's head and the shell's tail, you're going to create the object that will produce only silence and insert it in between the head and tail objects in the sequence container playlist. Right-click the shotgun shell sequence object and choose New Child Sound Effects. Right. Right-click, New Child Sound Effects. Yes. Click. Name your new object Silence. S-I-L, Sil. Make sure I'm spelling it right as well. Silence. There you go, silence. There you go, that's done. The object's name appears in red, indicates there is no valid audio source to play through the object. Up to this point, you've used audio files as a sound source for the sound effects objects, but there are other types of sources that are available, such as the synth one, generates its own sound from scratch in case you're going to use the Wwise silence as a sound or lack of sound source in the silence objects container. Add sound source. Right. In the silence object content editor, silence, where are we there? Silence content editor, which is there. And then it's add source, and then what source we're going to add? Silence. So we add source, and then you got the Wwise silence. And that is there. Right. A new Wwise silence audio source object appears in the content editor, and the silence sound effects object in the Project Explorer is no longer red, because it now has a valid source. Let's double check on that. Yep, it's no longer red. Right. Yep, that's fine, that's fine. And then change the duration to 2.5. Zero 2.5, there we go. You now need to add the silence object to the sequencer container so it occurs between the shotgun shell head and the shotgun shell's tail objects in the playlist. New objects can be added within the playlist of the container objects. So to add a silence after the shotgun shell's head, you need to drag the silence objects anywhere on the lines 2 to 9. Right. Let's do that then. Shotgun shells. Let's go back here. Shotgun shells. Right, so we got the silencer there. Let's drag that up. It's between 2 and 9. Let's grab that. There you go, it's come to number 10. Right, so we've done that correctly. You now see the silence object situated between the shell and the shell head and tail random container. Amount of silence can be adjusted by changing it. Yeah. Now you need to connect the entire shell sequence to the fire shotgun player event in order to hear all the sounds together. In the event viewer, select Fire Shotgun Player Event. Fire Shotgun Player Event. So we're on Shotgun Shells and then Shotgun Player Event. There we go. Drag Shotgun Shells sequence object into the Fire Shotgun Shell Player Event. Right, do that, and then you drag that in Fire Shotgun Player Event. So we've clicked there, Fire Shotgun Player Event. There's the events there. I'm gonna grab that. What do you mean, no? No. Why won't you let me do it then? What? This is fantastic. 13677, yeah, that's right. The sun that shows it in the ground. Right, so we've selected that. Huh. Why won't you let me then? No. That's weird. Are you kidding? There you go. Alright, so we've got that added in. That's my own fault that time. Right, let me undo undo that for a minute. Let's open it up. So we've got the there. So, oop, hang on. Grab that. Then drag it in. Right. Did that. That's in there. So we've got the things there. Pump in, pump out. Right. Which I've done in this configuration. The sound of the shells hitting the ground will be heard before the shotgun pump is heard, which is not possible. The real shotgun to avoid this, you need to delay the shells. Okay. What's going on? Right. Shotgun shells there. Yep, clicked on there, and then delay needs to be 1.1. When the shells are ejected from a shotgun, they'll fly in different directions. Randomize the delay by 0.4. Offset 0.4. Remember, the values are offset originally, so in this case it could take up to 1.5 seconds. Remember, the values here are offset to the original values, so in this case it could take up to 1.5 seconds or less than 1.1 before all the shells hit the ground. However, since we have no minimum offset, no shell will hit the ground less than 7 seconds. Earlier you pinned, and that's why I can only hear the shotgun shells, because it's pinned. Earlier, you pinned the transport to the shotgun shell sequence container. You'll have to first unpin in order to focus the transfer from the fire shotgun player event. Thus you hear the entire collection of the shotgun related sounds. Unpin the transport control in the event viewer. Right. Let's close that off. Click there. Let's unpin. Now let's click there. There we go, we've got it right. Do it again for luck. I'm going to go with my views, and I'm going to go capture log. Let's bring that up. Everything seems to be fine. Yep. Click next, verify your work. In the main menu, choose View Capture Log. In the toolbar, click Start Capture and press play on the Fire Shotgun Player event one time. Views, Capture Log, and then Start Capture in the toolbar. In the toolbar. In the toolbar. Capture log in the toolbar, which I've done. Click Start Capture and press play on the Fire Shotgun player. Nothing's coming up. Right. Views. Capture log or Shift L. It's not showing me anything. A wealth of information. Just Press play on the fire shotgun player event one time, then stop capture. What? Am I missing something? Close the capture log as a moment here. I don't know why it's not capturing. Right, let me just do file, save quick. Everything's alright anyway, so we've got that there. Let me just... It's in order, so you got the blast pump shells. Where's object name? Timestamp description. Wait to capture in. Right, anyway, let's move up there. So now close capture on the main menu. Layouts. Generate selected. Layouts, sound banks. Scroll up. Generate selected. Player, that's there. Let me go back to layouts, designer, layouts, profiler maybe. No, layouts, designer. Products, views, capture log. Launch cube, play the game and listen to your sound design. I was a bet it doesn't work. I got that feeling. Right, launch cube. Right, let me just quit by ear for a minute. Ooh, quit. And but there, let's run cube. Do you want the application to go back to accepting connections? Allow. Actually, hang on. Before we do that, let me do this. Quit that. Go here. There. That over here. Right. Run cube. Allow. Refresh there. There's my Mac. Connect. Cube. Ah, interesting. It's not available. My ID's not being found for some reason. Why is that? We've done everything right. Select a channel not available. ID not found. Even though everything's done right. So what is going on? weird. See, wait, right. So now I can play sound. Which is there. And blast. What is going on? Got it all there. Done everything right. But for some reason, it's just not getting into the fucking game. What's there? Let's go play events. That's so weird. Game syncs. Switch game parameters, factory sound, game syncs. Yeah. Okay. Player. Shotgun player. What's the blast? That was weird. Right. That's very weird. Layouts, designer. What is designer? But there. It's weird how it's there though. Current selection, master mixer, hierarchy. Filtered. There, play. It's there, that's the weird thing. It's there, but it's not. Sound banks. Main, right. Main, right. Default work unit. Main. Cancel. Mac English. Generate all. That's so frustrating. Media items. General product. That is so fucking weird. Show log. It's there. Game syncs. Oh, don't do that. Oh, fuck's sake. Get off. There you go. Right. Open container folder. Is it because it hasn't got my sound banks in it? Cube. Right. It was yesterday they were generated, so why ain't you generating these ones? Where are the ones that I've got though? Right. Close that for a minute. That's today, innit? Yes. Soundbanks, Mac. Today at 16:05. Right. Why is it there? 53. Right. Open container folder. This project today is 16:14. Mac. Cube source. My cube. Soundbanks. These are not the ones. Right. Soundbanks. Because it's even got the updated Windows ones in it, yeah. Right. Go back. Back. Cube, and then soundbanks. We're gonna delete, move to trash. Then we go over here, and then we're gonna grab these, put them in there. Move to trash. I don't know why it keeps going there. So now these should be the updated ones. 2:16:05 should be the updated ones. Run cube. Allow. There's that one. Quit that. Right. I'm gonna generate selected. What we need to generate selected. Close. Link. Hang on, do that, then do that. Connect. So we got that running. Cube's there. That's what the problem was. We figured it out. Jesus fucking Christ. Thank God for that. back. I'm gonna have a sip of coffee because of that. Why was it saving it there? Fucking Max and Wise, man, they do not like each other. Right, so we've got that working. So now, hang on. Is it always going to put downloads? It's always going to put it there. Why is it putting it there? So I'm going to have to, all the time. Why is it done that? Weird place to save it in my downloads. But at least we know. Christ. Launch queue, play the game. Yep. Whew, and we've got to lesson 3. We're going to keep going. But at least we've got it working. That was wild. So after all that time, it's all, you know, it was good to run it back and do it again because repetition in it. But it's mad that all that problem was for some reason Wise or my Mac or whatever's going on with Wise and Mac, it is going into my downloads. So I'm gonna have to constantly. That is so stupid. Why is it doing that? Like, I didn't even tell it. It's not even being told to put it there. There's that. Run cube. Allow. So I should be able to stick that there. If I connect there. Right. Let's bring it back in. Yeah, so we've got the... That is mad. And can I go to any level? Let's find out. Single player. Start DSS. Skill level, multiplayer. Load map. So let me just go to UF. Sweet. So at least... Sweet. Jump back to Wise. And then turn it off. So I can always just go bang and it'll play. Yeah. Right. So after all of that, it was because it was saving into my downloads folder. That was really interesting. Why is doing that? Alright, so now we're moving on to understanding game syncs. As you've learned in the previous lessons, games calls are the messages between the game engine and the Wise audio engine. So far, you've worked with a simple event game calls that signify when something like the player firing a shotgun has occurred. However, sometimes it's necessary to communicate more details about particular conditions of the game. For example, what type of surfaces is the player walking on, and how much health does it does he have left? Is the player alive, or did they meet his demise? All of these conditions can have an impact on the sounds we want the player to hear. In the same way that Wwise uses event objects to receive events type game calls such as fire, shock and player event you've used in previous lessons, you will need to create a specialized objects to receive messages that update Wwise about various conditions of the game. In Wwise, processes of defining these conditions accomplished by various types of objects that fall within a category referred to as game syncs. These game syncs objects are written as specialized game calls integrated by the programmer. There are different game objects, each of their own specific applications. Explore 3 of these in the exercise below. Let's go. In Cube, our hero does a lot of running around chasing the bad guys, or in some cases running from the bad guys. Whereas most first-person player perspective games, you never actually see his feet. Does this mean doesn't have any? Of course not. It's the audio department's job to help convince the player that the player is actually attending to the ground and not just floating through the game. This can be done by attaching footsteps to the player's movement. To achieve this, you need to have the game communicate information to Wwise about the player when the player moves. This can be done using simple event game calls, but achieving using various methods. One approach would be to send a call when the player starts to move, when the other indicated when the player stops. In the case of a cube, each footstep as player takes is transmitted as an event. If no footstep events are transmitted, then the player isn't moving. You can attach footstep sound to the footsteps event, just so you did with the shotgun, although it would be highly recommended that you provide multiple footstep sounds at random pick each time the player moves, as they do not become annoyingly repetitive. All this can be achieved building on the information learned in the last 2 lessons, but something else you have to consider is what surface the player is walking on. In Cube, the player move around is sometimes walking on concrete, dirt, metal and more. It's likely that the player would notice if the sound shoes on gravel when the player is clearly walking on concrete sidewalk, creating an undesired distraction. And annoyance. To accommodate the change of surface, Wwise allows you to create a particular parameter, define options within the parameter, and then use the information to affect the change to sound of the game. Let's say you want to have a player to turn around a radio during a game. That radio has 3 press buttons. Depending on the press buttons that are selected, you want to play different music. Setting this up is 3 steps process. First, you define the parameter with a switch group object, and define options within the parameter using switch objects. And finally, assign which sounds you want to hear using a switch container object. The switch group object could be called radio. Within the switch group, you could create the switch objects called preset 1, preset 2, preset 3. Finally, using a switch container, you'll decide which audio files you want to hear based on which preset is going to select. For example, preset 1 would play rock, preset 2 would play jazz, preset 3 would play classical. Let's go next. Creating a switch group. Alright. Let's do it then. So I think we got to open up lesson 3. Right. Project. Save that for a minute. Let's do that. That there. Yeah, we can quit that for a minute. And then we can find, so weird it's there, like lesson 3. What files are there now? Heartbeat, and then footsteps, concrete, dirt, gravel, tile. Let's open up lesson 3. Even though I think I could have just kept going with the one I already had. That could be another issue we're having as well. Actually, yeah, saying that, hang on. But it hasn't opened it anyway. If you go back on projects, open lesson 2. We don't need it open. Come on, Wwise. Not launching K, launch Wwise. Oh god. Quit. 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 Let me just quit it all for a minute. Quit that. Yeah, lesson 2. Let's create that. Right. Let's make sure that it's working. Let's connect. Yep, ready to go. Connect. We are ready to go. Yep, that's there. Da, 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 da. Right, game syncs. Let's close that. We got that. Game syncs. Open lesson 3 of Wwise project. Expand the default work unit action hierarchy. You can see that the project contains a shock limitation from previous lessons. To implement the footsteps, you first need to create a switch group object, much like an event object provides. In the design layout, select Game Syncs tab within the Project Explorer. Yeah, we've done that. In the switch folder, select default work unit and click create new switch group. Default work unit. And then create new switch group. And what are we naming that? A new object called switch group is created, is ready to be named. Similar to the event, you and the game engine programmer must agree upon the name of the switch group messages, while you tend to use the effects of the sound of the footsteps. There are many other sounds to the switch group utilizes in order to affect sound. Knowing which material the player is walking on could also be used to change the sound of shotgun shells that fall on the ground. For this reason, you'll name this object material. Material. And I'm going to change those layout designer. And that's better. Right, we've done that. Let's move on. Defining options within switch group. Now that you have a switch group, you need further identify which positions within the group are possible. In this case, you want to know all the potential surfaces that the player could be on during gameplay, and then you must decide on the names you're describing these surfaces. These names are represented such as objects contained within the material switch group you've just created. As a switch group, these switch names must be communicated to the programmer so the game engine can properly communicate which surface the player is working on. In this case, the code for the game is already written, so it's imperative that you double check your accurate name, game syncs, or they will not work. Select the material group object you just created and then create new switch icon. Create a switch icon, and then what are we calling that? Name the switch object concrete. Concrete, there you go. I take a concrete grass, yeah. In the cube, there are a total of 9 different materials that our hero might find himself trotting across. So you need to represent each of them in the switch group. Add and name the remaining switch objects according to the following image. Concrete, grass, gravel, metal, sand, stone, tile, water, wood. Right. Add another one, and that is grass. Gravel. Grass, gravel, metal. Grass, gravel, metal, sand, stone, that is sand. Let's keep it in order. So we've got sand. Yeah, I know. Oh, for fuck's sake. Right. Stone. Sand. Material. Let me click on there. Why are you doing that? Sandstone tile. Tile. Water. And wood. So we got concrete, grass, gravel, metal, concrete, grass, gravel, metal, sandstone, tile, water, wood, sand, concrete, grass, gravel, metal, wood, sand, stone, tile, water. Yeah, we've got a ready to save. If you double click switch group or switch object, you may notice the property that displays little information. That's okay. The primitive purpose of these objects is simply to be the receptor for the calls from the game engine. If you inspect a switch group, you get game parameter graph. This allows you to control the switch chain using game parameter. You will learn more about game parameter graphs later in this session. Right, creating a switch container. Right, I think it's time for a coffee break to get more coffee. Yeah, because we've been going just under 3 hours. So it is definitely time for a coffee. So put some quart 3 on for you. And I'll be back in literally 5 minutes. See you in a bit.
Hard to find that peace of mind when you've lost your mind. Drinking yourself dead, laying in the hospital bed. Now when nothing left said, this casualty became so easily predicted. When the case is all self-inflicted, signs was all there, but you didn't care, no fully self-aware. Too late to mentally repair the boat that sailed. Your self-medicated solution has failed. Every chance is now derailed. As I take a breath in, while you start forgetting. Brought up as a fucking head case from this dead place, with no safety net to catch. Demons ready, set for match. Cut the rope detached from the feelings inside. Only if it was that easy, right? Pushing back just to fight, ignoring everything alright. When these issues reignite, picking part at the pain, reverting back at the same to the person that became so dead inside. I'll take my chances with the tide, go against all the currents you provide. Head first with these waves until there's no trauma left to hide. Yeah, until there's no trauma left inside. Hold it down, feel the pressure. Hold it down, feel the pressure. Yeah, down, feel the pressure. Hold it down, feel the pressure. Yeah, hold it down, feel the pressure. Hold it down, feel the pressure. Yeah, hold it down, feel the pressure. Hold it down, feel the pressure, yeah.
Trying to fit in society's like a gimmick, acidic. A we you're in it, you're finished. The limit's always the given. So listeners, we submit into all the different conditions, forcing on by the wisdom of being taught to us victims.
Yo, and we're back.
Let's
turn this music off. There we go. Right, let's get back to it. I'm going to set up... I want to be finishing up 5 o'clock. Yeah, 5. That's mad. We've been going for 3 hours already, but at least we know what the problem was. It wasn't like I knew I set up everything right. It's always good to like go back and then redo it, build the repetition a bit, get used to being inside Wwise itself. Like, but yeah, like I don't know why. At least I know where it's going. I don't know why the fuck it's saving it in there though, but. Anyway, I think what I'm going to do, instead of like, at least I know what it's saving to. And I'm not going to open up the different lessons of Wwise, like the ones that you get on it. I'm just going to keep do my own one. And yeah, just keep building from the one that I've already got, rather than just fucking loading up back and forth like. But anyway, let's get back to creating a switch container. So now we need to go in the audio tab of the Project Explorer. Let's close. Yeah, do that. In the audio tab in the Project Explorer, right-click the default work unit, actor mixer hierarchy, and choose import audio files. What is it? Import audio files. Instead of importing individual audio files, you will import a folder. The advantage is that Wwise streamlines the process in creating the appropriate random containers if it fucking loads. Click Add Folders. Add Folders. And then I gotta find the folders. Right, so we go there. Actually, what am I doing? Click off there. In downloads. Downloads. Why don't one? Lesson 3 that we're on. Audio files, and then footsteps. Folder and select folder. We're gonna go choose. Wonderful. But will it import it? The audio file importer window opens. You'll see, let's drag this over here. You'll see inside the footsteps folder that there are 4 folders containing footstep sounds on different types of material. You'll probably be wondering about why there aren't more folders representing the 9 different surfaces you defined in the last exercise. The reality is that during game production, you may not have all the potential sounds you intend to use, or there may not be enough resources to provide unique sounds for every surface available. You'll see in the next exercise how you can use the same set of sounds for other surfaces. If you look at the object type column, you can see that Wwise will automatically create a virtual folder for each of the folders contained within. In this case, you'll instruct Wwise to configure the footsteps folder as a switch container. Switch containers provide you with the ability to choose which sounds will be played based on the status of specific input from the game. You will learn more about switch containers later in this lesson. In addition, you want each of the material folders to become random containers when imported. This can be done in a single step. Change the footsteps object type action pull down menu to switch container. Let's do that. Folder, the switch container. There you go, that's fucking cool. And random container. Yeah. Oh my god, what have I done? Right, switch container. Fuck, hang on, cancel. Right click. Import audio files. Add folders. Footsteps. Choose. Sequence container. Switch container is what we want in it. Down menu to switch container. There you go. Switch container is chosen up there. And then upon changing the foots, you will see that it automatically becomes a random container. Yes, and then click import. See, now that's weird how it's done it in one like that. But then with the shotgun shells, it didn't. So something was going. That's a weird little bug we found then. A new footstep switch controller is created called footsteps. So let's open that up, and there's footsteps. There we go. Inside the footsteps switch container is the complete structure of the folder. You imported with sounds files already configured as sound effects objects placed within random containers. Take a moment to expand the footsteps hierarchy to see the results of the folder import processes. Then collapse the footsteps switch container before proceeding. Yeah, let's have a look. Open that up. So you got, so we've got it all in there. So you got concrete, dirt, gravel and tile. It's quite cool that it's only used the ones that we've got, like, so. I do like Wwise. Do I regret not doing it like first over, like, say, Unreal? Not really. Because, well, who knows, I probably would have got a lot further down the line if I just stuck with Wwise, but I did like learning how to make games. That was good. It was cool. And plus, like, Friday we are going to do some Unreal as well. We're gonna. I found a cool one on. I wanted to make like an endless runner, and we found a tutorial on YouTube by Virtus. So we're gonna follow that, and splice it up a bit. Do a couple of days of Wwise, and then do like a day or two of Unreal. After that container. Anyway, let's go back to it. Import process. Collapse the footstep switch container. Yeah. Let's go next. Connecting the switches. And let's close that back in. And I need a. Give me 1 sec. My monitor is about to turn off. There you go, and we back. Right. I know I'm a bit of all over shop today, but it's alright, it's okay. Right. Within the footsteps object selected, in the property editor, click the group button and choose switch groups material. So we gotta select that. Click on there, and then switch groups. Switch groups material. Yep, we've done that. Now the footstep switch container is aware of the possible surfaces the player may be on. If for some reason the game engine doesn't communicate a surface to the audio engine, you need to define a default surface that should be used, such as concrete. Click the default switch state and choose concrete. Let's scroll back. So footsteps, switch container, footstep switch container. Material, and let's choose concrete. I see it. You can see it changed by there. But then how? Default. So concrete's default. Click default switch state and choose concrete. Right. We've done that. Let's bring this over here. The assign object area is now populated with switch objects you've created in the last exercise. In the footsteps contents editor, the random containers represent the sounds you've just imported or shown on the left, while the list switch objects indicate the actual surfaces the player is shown on the right. To assign sound to a particular surface, you simply drag the object from the left column to the destination surface on the right. This is where you need to think about which sounds you have available and what makes the most sense for the surfaces that occur in the game. Some associations are above, such as concrete sound, should go to the concrete surface. However, others may not be ideal. For example, which of the 4 types of sounds you imported would work for water? At this point, none of them. But for now, you assign a placeholder. Later, when you can record yourself walking on water, you can update the water surface with a better sound using this approach. As long as you have the potential surfaces accounted for, you won't have to go back and bother a programmer when you want to change the sounds at a later time, because it's all set up. Right. Yeah, I've seen that. So it's all there. Yep. In the footsteps content editor, drag the concrete random container object to the concrete switch in the assigned object area. Concrete, right. So yeah, concrete contents editor. We got concrete, and there we go. Boop. And then I take it you want to do the same for dirt, gravel, and tile. Drag dirt random container object to the grass switch and continue to assign them until all and associated with an object. It's possible, if you select the random container in the left column, it will be assigned to the transport, so you can quickly addition the sound before deciding which surfaces it should be assigned to. It is possible to assign more than one object to the same surface, in which case both would play simultaneously when the player is walking on the surface. Yeah, so we drag over, so the grass, dirt, gravel, sand, gravel. Gravel. Metal, is put tile in it. Yeah, tile. I'd say that I think even though it's completely different, but I feel like learning a game engine is sort of like helped me a bit with Wwise, and it's also Wwise is quite similar looks wise to a music door. Like it sort of looks like a mixture of like you got like Reaper, Ableton, Logic, it's like a mesh pot. Cubase. You know, it's got that similar look to it. Right, what are we doing? Doodle doodle doo. Sand, what do you put for gravel? Sand. It's also freaking out a bit, isn't it? GB. What am I on? I got stone. I need to put gravel. Concrete for stone. Tile for tile. And then wood. So water's got dirt. So they all have to be named no matter what. So water's dirt he's got on his thing. And wood's tile. But we can change them anyway, so it's fine. I'll just show you lot here as well. So you can see there. Drag it back over. Right. And then after that, what do? We move on to the next section. I would like to, maybe, get these footsteps down. Oh. Get these footsteps like implemented in, unless it takes too long. Foot player. Simulating surfaces with a switch container. The switch only indicates which surfaces the player character is on, but it doesn't indicate that the footsteps have been taken. To communicate this, you need to create an event to receive the footsteps information, just like you did for the shotgun. Go to the Projects Explorers Events tab. We shall, and then, yeah, so in the default work unit, we want to create an event foot player. Yeah. So like what we did with fire, shotgun player, you want to create a new one for foot player. Oh, that is a plus foot underscore player. And then, I could name that better, Sean. Foot player A. We need an A. There you go. PLAYER. From the Project Explorer Audio tab, drag the footstep switch container in there into the events editor. Sweet. I've done alright in events. Yeah, that's fine. And then audio. And then you want the footsteps. And then we drag that in the foot player. Oop, there you go. And there's our footsteps. Man, footstep. What I've learnt since like recording footsteps for games, it's like no matter how good, like even with the Souls-like that I did in Unreal, and I went like I got a video that I'm working on Saturday with that, which I'll show a little bit after the stream anyway. But even like finding the good source, like I made a Foley pit, and I mixed it like with mud, leaves, twigs, some grit, some stony grit stuff. Like they're good, don't get me wrong, but still, it's just like, could be better. But saying that, I've only been I've been a music producer longer than I've been a sound designer, because I didn't really start sound design until 2000 and the late part of 2017. I was getting getting into it, like when I did my first game jam. But yeah, well, it's been like 20, 21, it's to say 3 and a bit years. And what I do love about sound design is like you're constantly learning new things like this. Wwise is not completely new to me, but I did stop halfway through learning Wwise. Like I'm basically, I would say, I got a little bit further, like a while ago. I got a little bit further than where I am now. But because at the moment the stuff I was doing, it was all Unreal, it made sense to learn that first. But yeah, right, so as I digress, right, so we've dropped that in. Now when you play the foot player events, the footstep sounds with the switch container will be played until the switch container is told otherwise. It will use default surface types you defined, which was concrete. Play the foot player event. And there it is. And that's concrete. Yeah, because concrete is the default. So look. Fuck. No. No. Could I undo? Not could I? Right. Yeah, concrete. So that's concrete. Sounds like gravel. Oh, it does sound like gravel. Right. Let's open that up a bit. There you go. Yeah, we've played it. You hear one of the randomly chosen sounds. Footsteps on concrete. Now you need to audition the sounds of footsteps on other surfaces as well as a test that the surface switch system you've configured is working properly. This is done using the switch buttons in the transport control view. And then you change it to switches and then switches, and then we can change the material over. So say if we want gravel, which is gravel, tile. That's weird. That was dirt, wasn't it? Yeah. That's cool. Click reset all. We've reset it all and it's gone back to the default. Right, let's load up the next. We're not doing too bad, oh. We started this yesterday and we're already on lesson 3. We've also, we're also taking our time reading it as well. But at least we know as well. Anytime I fucking do the sound bank, it goes into my downloads, and I don't know why it's doing that. Another important type of game sync is called game parameter. It is also known as an RTPC, real-time parameter control. Game parameters are great for any type of information that varies over a numerical range during gameplay. Game parameters could represent the speed or RPM of a car, mission completion percentage, or even the time of day. In Cube, one very important variable is the health of the player. The player starts with 100, but if you bad guys have their way, our hero will meet his demise, and then it'll go to 0. While playing the game, the health value is visible in the lower part of the screen. But in the heat of battle, it's hard to keep your eye on a health meter. This is where audible feedback related to the player's health can be very helpful. So the heartbeat. Yep, the worse in the player shape is in. But I've been enjoying going through Wise, except that little buggy moment where we figured that the fucking thing is saving to my... That is such a weird thing. I'm glad I figured that out. Because the problem with Wise on a Mac, it's running like an emulator. Because this is Windows based, it's running like a weird emulator. Because I remember when we did ages ago, when we did a game shop of a little bit of Wise ages ago, I remember how much of a pain in the arse it was to set up then, and to get it, like, sometimes it'd crash, sometimes it'd bug out, which it's happened twice today. So but at least we've sorted that part, you know. Right, creating a game parameter. Like the switch container object in previous exercise, a game parameter is simply an object put in place to receive specialized game calls. Select the Game Syncs tab within the Project Explorer and then choose the default work unit in the Game Parameters folder and click Create New Game Parameter. Let's do it. Right, let's go on Game Syncs. Right, let's close that. Let's close that. So we've just got that and materials. Yeah, so something materials, and then in the default work unit, select Game Syncs tab. Game Syncs. Yep, default work unit. And we want the parameters. Default work unit, there you go, parameters. And then we want to add the parameter. Nice. And then we call it player health. Player health. Nice. Bring that back over. But yeah, like I say, after I've finished this, because what, it's 4 or 5, it's 3 more lessons after this, we will try and then implement Wwise into one of my Unreal projects then. And then have a play with that as well. So we do like, because I want to keep that. I want to do more. Like I've done enough with I've done quite a bit with Unreal. Plus, I got a game I want to. Like I'm still going through ideas because it's April, May, June, July, August. Say September time. Start making a game with Unreal. I'm still trying to think what game I want to make. Changes all the time. Anyway. Game parameters simply communicate a number within a defined range. This numerical range could be a range of numbers. For example, you're using the scenario of a car speed, it could be 0 to 300, representing kilometers per hour. In a case of cube, the help parameter is a value of 0 to 100, which credentially is the default range of values. So no change to these parameters is necessary. You do need to define a default value so that the game doesn't communicate the current value. Wwise knows a value to start with. The player starts at full. So you only need to set the default value to 100. Change the default value, player health game, to 100 in the default value. She's my cherry pie. There we go, that's done. Then we move on. But I'm glad it's clicking. You know, it's only time we've really stopped is when it was bugging out a bit. And now that I know anytime I fucking like generate a sound bank, it's going to be my downloads. So I have to go in cube, and then... Right. Now you need to import the audio file you intend to use for a heartbeat. Click the audio tab and drag the heartbeat audio file from the audio files. Click the audio tab. Click the audio tab and drag the heartbeat audio file from the audio files list of 3 into the audio hierarchy default work unit. A new sound effect object called heartbeat is created. It's not because we right. Click the audio. Click the audio tab. And then I'm gonna have to put in default work unit, import audio. So you shouldn't, like, the only gripe that I've got with this, it footsteps, that's heartbeat, shotgun blast. Let me just have a look. It should like let you go through the steps again, like I've imported the audio file rather than dragging it in, and then it's already here called heartbeat. Import audio file, add files. We will find it now is in downloads. 7 lessons. Oh, there we are. So we've done 1, 2, we're on third, and then we got 4 left. 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. It's not too bad. Lesson 3, audio files, heartbeat. Open. Import. And there we go. And then click on there. Oh, shit. And there's the heartbeat. Oh! Yeah. Anyway. Yep, it's created. The audio file plays a heartbeat that lasts for about 30 seconds. You're ultimately going to trigger the heartbeat to play a single event that will occur only one time when the player first starts a new level. It would be bad if a player heart stopped prematurely, so you need to loop the file to play indefinitely. This behavior that can be turned on in a sound property editor, which is the heartbeat sound effect. Selected, click the loop, and there's a loop, and then you want it's infinite. Yep. Right, let's bring this over. While the heartbeat will technically play the entire time the player in game, it will become really annoying to hear a heartbeat consistently. Remember, the point of the heartbeat is to let the player know the health warning, so only want to hear it when the health drops below a certain level. In essence, you'd want to have the value of the player health game parameter affect the volume of the heartbeat sound effect object. Define this in the RTPC tab in the sound property editor. Ba-da-bum-bum. And there it is. The RTT tab, the property editor is displayed. If necessary, drag the lower part of the sound property editor down so that you can see more of the empty graph and the display. The main work defining the relationship between a game parameter and the properties they affect, performed in a graph view and property editor. Currently, there is no information in the graph view since you haven't yet indicated what properties of the object you'd like to modify based on the game's parameters input. Click the selector, which is that. And then we want to select, still in heartbeat, yeah. Voice volume. Use selector menu in the XY. Let's go up. RTC. Choose voice volume. Am I in the right part? RTC. There you go. Scroll me doesn't work on it. And voice or volume we got to pick. There we go. Use the selector AXY, voice volume in the selector menu, which we have done. And then where is it? Voice there on the x-axis. And then we want game parameters, default work unit, player health. Nice. Oh, let's drag that down. There you go. So when it gets to 50%, it'll kick in by the looks of it. Bring this over. You now see the graph where the x-axis show the player health, the y-axis indicate the heartbeat, voice volume. The diagonal red line is referred to as RPC curve, which indicates what the volume of the heartbeat will play based on the player's health. The bottom, the voice volume, could represent minus 200 dB, which is inaudible. So this may cause you to think the player's health is at 0 and the heartbeat won't be heard. In fact, it's just the opposite. Because the player health game sync uses a scale where 100 represents full health and 0 represents that the player is dead. Yeah, we got that right. Let's go next. Alright, let's keep scrolling down. Yep. Making a game parameter adjustments in the graph view. You need to indicate when the player's health is good. You don't want to hear the heartbeat. This is done by modifying the RTP curve in the graph view. The curve is just by moving control points to where the dot's currently on either side of the curve. Drag the right side control point down to the bottom. The result is, regardless of what the player's health is, 200 dB of the volume be subtracted from the heartbeat's normal playback level. In most cases, any more than 80 dB volume subtracted to prevent the sound from being heard. So it's safe to say that the heartbeat won't be heard at all. So you need to make sure. You will need to make another adjustment. We don't want the heartbeat to be heard until the player health falls below 50. So you create a curve to accommodate this, which can easily be done by adding more control points. Double click the curve at around 50 value to create a new point. Right. Just gotta click it down. Let's grab that. Just like that. Dragged it down. And then we want another point by 50. How do you do that on? Double click the curve around 50 to create it. Right. And then put it at 50. Alright, if you put it to 52. I'm just gonna, so that was on what he's got there is 5297, 52. Yeah, it's fine, I can go there. Scroll down, and then a new control point is created. Yeah, which is but there on the y-axis, we've got minus 200. Click on the coordinates and press enter. Yeah, so we got that minus 200 there. Click the far left control points, then type in 0 into the coordinates. Put in 0. Ah, there you go, it's dropped. But there. Right. Oh, God, hang on. Click the left far control point, then type 0 in the Y. Oh, shit. Oh, well. Hang on, can I go on edit, undo? Oh, edit. Okay then, there. That's 200. And then click. Put 0 in there. Ah. But then that's got to be 0 as well. But why not? Fuck it. Down like that. There you go. Hang on, let's go back up. Right. Can I... Do you know what? That's fine. It's fine. It looks the same on there. So we'll grab, so you can see as well. Grab over there. Looks the same with there. Yeah. You can zoom into one section of the curve using the plus and minus symbol in the lower right. Yeah, I can see it. So the lower right, yeah. So you got bang in there. Going out of the graph. Know that the heartbeat volume won't begin to increase until the player's health falls below 50. Let's go right in there, and then there you go. And then zoom out. Something we're going to have to test anyway, so. Begin increase until players above 50. Sometimes linear transitions, especially for the volume, don't create the smooth transitions we're looking for. So further modification to the curve is necessary. This can be done by creating a lot more control points. Or more complex lines can be created quickly by using various presets, curves, styles. In this case, you will modify the curve to more rapidly raise the volume once the health falls below 50. I'll make only a gradual increase in the heartbeat's volume as the player health follows closer to 0. Right click the curve anywhere to the right of the control point. You just move and choose exponential base 3. Exponential base 3. And it's on the wrong one. Right click curve anywhere to the right of the control point you just moved and choose exponential 3. That's it. Right. Right, that's fine. Play the heartbeat and drag the player parameter cursor. Play the heartbeat. Playing or what? Play the heartbeat and drag the player health parameter cursor left and right to hear the effect of the game parameter on the heartbeat object. Besides increasing the overall volume of the heartbeat, another way to gradually make... Right. Okay. There you go. That's fucking cool. So now we've got that parameter sorted. So when you're losing health, and dead. Right. Let's put that back there and click off. It's not still going, is it? The fuck? Stop. Play. That was weird. And stop. That's cool. Play the heartbeat and drag. Yep, we've done that. Besides increasing the overall volume of the heartbeat, another way to gradually make the player aware of the heartbeat is to open a low-pass filter. A low-pass filter only lets sounds below a set frequency pass through. Setting a low-pass filter so that only lowest frequencies of the sound can be heard makes it sound muffled, which is a great way for the player to start to hear the heartbeat. Gradually opening a low-pass filter will make the heartbeat sound more pronounced and obvious. Since Wwise lets you map a single game parameter to multiple properties, you will add a low pass filter curve in addition to the volume curve you just created. Nice. Click the next available selector menu button to map a second. Click the next available selector. Right. The voice is a low pass filter. I get what it means. So if we lower this down, or not, okay then. Fuck. I haven't got another one. Right. So what have I done wrong on? Ah, there it is. We've got a wheel scroll down on there, and we want a low pass filter. A voice low pass filter. Voice low pass filter. I think that's right. Fucking hell. What is going on? There you go. And then put it on the player's health. Game areas. Default unit. Player health. There we go. Low pass filter. And then we gotta grab them both. There you go. Cooking with gas. Right. Just so I can show you lot as well. And there you go. That's what we got. That's not bad. Not bad. Let's lift that up so it's online. Everything is on point. Right. There. There's never enough space. You now see two lines. Yes, one red, one blue. Red indicates the voice volume, and the other indicates the filter. The low pass filter property value a range of 0 to 100. So think of percentage that indicates what percentage of frequencies will be filtered away, starting at the top of the frequency spectrum. In other words, a value of 20 means top 20% of the audible frequency spectrum will be filtered of making the sound seem not quite bright or clear. Since the feedback was 0 means currently likely volume curve you created, you will start with all frequencies being filtered away, and then you get below a certain point and gradually open the filter until frequencies can be heard. Raise the right side control point to the top and add a second sound control point to your 60 values. Raise the point to the top. Interesting. Right. Let's grab that, push that up there. Like there. And then I can play. Right, hang on. There it is. So is this getting lower? Maybe. There you go. And then obviously as it's getting lower, here's the thumping. And then dead. Yes, I'm happy with that. Let's go next. Let's see what's this. Adjusting RTPC values and transport. So you can adjust the actual thing there. That's cool. Adjust the player's health property slider while adjusting to the heartbeat. Then click stop and we're finished. Ah. Adjust the player's health property slider while listening to the heartbeat, then click stop button when finished. Ah, so you can hear it, yeah. That is cool. Alright. I think that is going to be a stream. And stop. Brasco, you can adjust. That is cool. But I'm gonna put that back to 50. There you go. Yeah. Project save. And one more time for luck. Right. But yeah, that is definitely going to be the stream. We've done quite a bit today. Even though we had to what was I going to say? Mine went blank then. Yeah, that's like we've done quite a bit today. We've done like we figured out what was going on and why the events weren't triggering in the game is because the sound banks were saved into a separate file, go into downloads for some reason. So we've sorted that so we know where it is. So we got all our sorted. We've got all the shells. That we've even got footsteps in here now, and now we're working on the heartbeat, and then the next section that we're going to be on, which you also use this state and forward to make other changes to the game. I think we're moving on to, is this lesson 4 now? Let's have a look. Oh no, still in lesson 3, player life. There we go. So we're going to be putting it in there. So I'll go back. Where is it? So I'll go back to there so we know we're on the using state section, and I copy this. Firefox, and we are going to go where are we? Notepad, that's it. There we go, we got that down, and it's using states. But yeah, tomorrow, what time are we streaming tomorrow? Same time, I think. We're going to be streaming, say, what was it, 2 o'clock? 2 till 5. Well, we've gone over today. We've been streaming for almost 4 hours. Yeah, I'll just say 2 till 5. I'll put it in the schedule as well. But yeah, we've done quite a bit. I'm happy. I'm happy that we got out of that. The one thing I was worried about was that we were going to spend so long in trying to figure out what was going on in our section, because even in the logs where it said like the ID is wrong, it was nothing to do with the ID. It was the fact that the sound banks were saving into my downloads files. even though I've like the last session, I deleted them, replaced them, but it's still, because I guarantee now if I go here, project, save, I go there, and where are we? Downloads, Cube, today 6:18. If we go Cube, Soundbanks, Mac, I don't know, maybe it has done it, but at least we know anyway. So I'm not going to delete them, we'll keep them. So look. Apparently I was in all of the lessons today, or what? But yeah. But at least we know anyway. Let's have a look. Yeah. Let's save this as well. Project, save. Lesson 2, actually. Yeah, we know we're one. Lesson 2. There we go. We get out there. As long as we see the heartbeat footsteps. Yeah, let's close that down. But yeah, the next stream will be tomorrow at 2 o'clock. We've done loads today. Even though we had a bit of a roadblock at the start for us, is what it is. We found the bug of it because Mac and Wise is still a bit of a bitch to maneuver around. But yeah, I say tomorrow will be 2 till maybe 2 till 6. We'll see how we get going on with it. Oh yeah, that's one thing I was gonna show you in it. Well, actually, wait till another time. We can wait till next week till I've done it, because it's almost done. I'm gonna finish it Saturday. But yeah, thanks for coming to the stream. And if you did enjoy watching the stream, please make sure to follow. It costs nothing to follow stream, and it helps build my stream as well and get more eyes to it. But yeah, so next stream will be tomorrow. I'll put in the schedule as we finish rounding up today. All in all, it's a good one. It'll be day 3 of Wise tomorrow. So yeah, thanks for coming. Make sure to follow, and see you tomorrow. Peace.